So I'm bringing you back just a little bit before I have all these cars done, because I wanted to illustrate the reason like why I haven't used wraps yet, because wraps are pretty cool. But the problem with the wraps is because they have separated all of these different components and they've given me no way to properly copy and paste colors between those components, I'm left with essentially an impossible situation where I cannot match the color. So you see the hood, I've got as close as I could, but the hood and the body are pretty dang close. I've got as close as I could, but like here is a struggle. So I have to get the bumper right. And I've tried to do something simple by just moving it all the way over to the side. But like I still have to get the right part of the side. So maybe there it's tough to call. And then I of course have to zoom in and stuff to try to get the pattern to be somewhat the same size as everything else. So maybe about there, but it looks like it could be, it's too light, right? And then if I go back to the rear bumper, that's not done at all because it's not part of the wrap that's been done. So I have to go into the wrap, and I have to click this design, and then unless I leave it default, then I can have it match. But I don't want this color. I want it to be like this orange color. So if I slam it all the way to this side, now I've got to, move it until I can find something that's close. Maybe this one. And then that's as color matched as I could do. The one thing I really liked, though, is if I add a spoiler to a truck, this is the first truck that I've done. If I add a spoiler to the truck, there are spoiler options, but one of the spoiler options is actually just a tonneau cover. Love that. That's actually pretty interesting. The first time I clicked one of these, I was like, okay, I don't want a spoiler on this. Who the heck puts a spoiler here anyway? Why would I want this? I don't know. Ooh, now we're talking, right? Like that's actually something that works for trucks. So yeah, that's that. But the decals, it's really difficult to match the paint color. You can see that the bumper is just not the right color here. The back bumper is, I don't even know. Did I not save the changes to the back bumper? I can't tell because of the way the game is lit in this room. But I don't think this matches, right? So it's very difficult to match this up is what I'm saying. And so especially if you're doing it at night, because even though you're in a controlled environment, doing it at night, you don't actually have control. So this truck has an interesting wrap pattern on it, but it's not matched. Like the bumpers and stuff are just like they're different, and that's just the way it's gonna have to be. License plate is done and changed, so let's go in and get some pictures of it. I actually need to go get pictures of a lot of the other vehicles that I've done, but this is the first truck I've sold that has a tonneau cover, so that's nice. Okay, so we'll zip this around and let me show you what I've got done. Not much more, but I was playing with wraps a little bit more, and I wanted to kind of show you how the results of that have gone. You can kind of see it there in that red car. So I've been playing around with the wrap with the skulls and wings. There's a wrap that gives you like skulls and then these wings. So I've gone in and I've kind of changed the scale of them a little bit to just kind of play around with what I could maybe do with some interesting wrap ideas. And so this is like the skull with wings there, and then I had to do one on the hood. It was nice. It was pleasant to see that the stripe actually covers this hood scoop because it wasn't actually doing that before. And then I exited out and then re-entered, and all of a sudden it does. So that was a bit interesting. But I couldn't get the stripe to go all the way to the edge of the bumper because this is a different section. This is a bumper section. This is the hood. And then, like the body stops right there. And then so I couldn't get the body stripe to go here. So instead of trying to match this because it's impossible, I went ahead and just made the whole front bumper white. And that was easy because it's constrained, like the color, the decal you're using is constrained to just the bumper. So I could just make it huge and it's just going to cover the bumper entirely. Did the same thing to the back bumper because I couldn't get the stripe to match back here either. So I just made the whole thing that color. And then I went ahead and got the underglows. That looks nice in the nighttime. But I also added, and I don't even know if it's going to work, but I added one of the NOS purges, to this car. So this is the first car that's got the NOS purge in it. And it looks like all it does is, as you're accelerating, it just kind of, every once in a while it does that, which is interesting, I guess. There's something interesting to that, I suppose. So I've got that in there, and that's done. I've also now have, I think, sold every car outside now. So all of these cars are customized now. Again, tonneau cover, very nice. Pimping out there. This car here's done. This is the Bond car. So all of these are done now, but like a lot of them don't have photos. So I still need to do photos for them. And we can tell which ones don't have photos, of course, by going into our tablet and just looking at where the check marks are. So I need to do that one, that one, that one. That one's good. This one's good. Although I don't know if I've retaken the photos on this one because I pulled this one off of online and then I don't know if I don't remember. But yeah, so we can go through and see which ones need photos just by doing that. And then I still have cars in the showroom that are for sale. Still need to do that too. But anyway, yeah. Welcome back into Car Dealer Simulator, everybody. Let's check out the email here. It says, a favor for a favor. I've noticed you made it into the big league, so we thought we'd have it was a good time to reach out. We're Autofleet, an authorized dealership supplying brand new vehicles to clients across the country. As part of our operations, we occasionally end up with surplus stock that needs to move quickly. I'm not sure how much Sam has told you, but let's just say that we have some shared history. Because of that, we're willing to extend an offer that should be of particular interest to you. When we have a moment, when you have a moment, take a look at our platform and see what's available. Talk soon. Autofleet dealership. Okay. There's another dealership out there, maybe right here. Autofleet. Welcome to Autofleet Auctions. Ha ha! They added this. I didn't even know. That's great. Your source for wholesale sales of X-display vehicles for business clients. All cars are sold at 30% off market value with a delivery fee of $30,000 added to the purchase price. Okay. The current deal is for a Zen Motors brand. So 6 days left. Check out the current deal. So these are all, I mean, I definitely want the Ascend L. We can just buy them all? Oh, bundle price. 7 cars. Oh, I wonder if it's yeah, I bet that's what it is. Pickup expenses. They're going to charge me to pick it up with my vehicle. I mean, I understand the delivery fee, but you're going to charge me to pick it up? Okay. Lots of Ascend Ls, though. They're worth a lot, right? And I need all of these for my achievements, so I'm just going to buy them. Sure. So Happy Little Auto is going to be getting some stuff from Autofleet. It's the auction, but I thought when it said auctions, I was like, oh, cool. We get to go bidding on cars. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to an auction. No, that's not what this is. This is, they set the price and you buy it as a bundle, I guess. Not quite as exciting as I thought it was, but it's okay. Bundle price, pickup expenses estimated based on your location and $397,000. Yeah, I want, yeah. Okay. So that apparently unlocks it, Reputation 14. Because that's when I saw that, is when I reached 14 on Reputation. So cool. That's nice. So anyway, we got, yeah, we're going to get started with, going with more fame and stuff, though. But hey, more Reputation has a purpose now, I guess. That's nice. Did I get this done on the body shop? It looks like it. It did. It just needs to be cleaned now. So we'll flip this over here, get that cleaned. And then, yeah, so we do not sell cars now unless they are customized in there first. Go to the tuning shop first. And that's how that works, with the exception of the ones that are still in the showroom, which, I mean, I guess those are worth a lot of money, so I guess I could tweak them, right? Oh, added 30,000, added 12. I think that's expenses. I think it's adding the expenses, not adding money to my account. But my expenses are just 5,500, so I don't think that's it, because it said it added $30,000. Oh, it's the people paying. It's people paying in installments. That's right. Yeah, they're paying. So far, they're paying all their bills. I don't think they've missed a payment so far. Doesn't look like it. Can't recover a vehicle unless they're delinquent, right? So that is an achievement. Recovering a vehicle that's delinquent. At least I believe that's an achievement. I don't think I've customized one of these yet. These are really expensive vehicles, and I'm wondering if I can get something extra for it. So why don't we take a look here? And I'm going to go ahead and go to my ads. We're going to get this Highlander. It's worth $463,000. Let's just get that out of here. And let's tweak that one. Oh, it goes over here now. So yeah, these lots actually have our spawn points now, and when people come to the dealership to sell you a car, like a random deal, like this one here, for example. If I go to the email, where it's like exclusive deal, don't keep me waiting, right? Those they park here now on those lots. They don't park in these spots anymore. They park over there. So I like that these actually have a purpose now. I'm kind of hoping maybe one day these have a purpose, and I gotta believe that they will, and I gotta believe we're gonna have some kind of service department in the future, right? This could be that, you know, service vehicles are waiting for service, could be right here. Wink, wink. I'm just saying, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, whatever I got to do there. But I will also report I have not had any problems at all with performance since that one video. So it might be a one-off, and that would be very cool if it was, because they still haven't really been able to pinpoint the problem. They were going to give me a custom. They mentioned about maybe giving me like a custom build of the game that would allow them to like log things a little more in-depthly. But I never really got a key or got anything for that, and I don't think I need it. It's actually pretty good, but let's race. I haven't done that yet. So let's race one more time just to see if we get any performance issues. And before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and make a save. My backup one save will be that one. And then I want to see the good ones. We're going to be racing for pinks, because this car, what are you? The 800C, right. Yeah, it's very good. I noticed the lights. I mean, there's just some customizations made on this, of course. So 800C, definitely want to race for pinks on this. And we'll go ahead and beat this and take their 800C. I'm gonna get that car. So racing for pinks, I've only done it once. And that was when I had the major performance issues, right? Was when I raced for pinks. And most of the problems started immediately upon doing that. So let's get a test here. Maybe it was a one-off. I only had a driver update since then, and it was still happening after that driver update, so I don't think that really was the thing. But let's just see what we get here. Like, so far anyway, since coming back into the game from that one video where everything was freezing up, I don't know, everything just seems to flow really well. It's possible it was that, I mean, I don't know why, but it's possible it was anti-aliasing. Because that's the only thing I've changed graphically in the game, is I've turned down it automatically detects my system stuff and, like, you know, sets the settings automatically, right? And it set everything to epic, because I've got a 4090. But it set everything to epic, but then, you know, anti-aliasing doesn't need to be epic on 4K. So I brought it down to the lowest setting. It's still on, but I have it down to like the lowest setting, like FXAA kind of things, right? And that might be it. It might just be that was locking up. I don't know. I have also disabled autosave. I will say that, though, because autosave is notorious in this game because the save files are just so big. Autosave, and there's probably other reasons too, has been a big culprit of lockups and stuff too. And during that video, yes, my autosave was on, of course. I want to make sure it's on, because when I'm recording a video, I don't want to have to lose progress in the middle of a recording if something happens. But since things were being caused by it, well, that changes things. So I just have to remember to save periodically. So we have this. Still no lockups. Now, did they leave their car in the middle of the road somewhere? Right? Did they leave it in the middle of the road somewhere? So it looks like I can confirm a car order. So that's something new. I'm looking on the map. It seems like the car is just left wherever it is in the middle of the road. That needs to change too. I'm hoping that that's a very soon change. Since these spaces work now, the car I win should go here, in my opinion. It should just be dropped off right there. Because then it's not going to be... It's a dedicated space that now works for the game to trigger cars to be there. And then on top of that, it's... Sometimes I wish it was Grand Theft Auto. You just, like, steal this car and drive it over to the one I want. But, yeah. Now, I feel like the cars I win for pink slips should be just delivered right there. But instead, they just get out of the car wherever they are at the time, it seems. So I could walk over, and it's just sitting in the middle of the road. Surprisingly, it's in the very middle of the lane, so it's actually not disrupting traffic. That's kind of funny. But here it is. Yeah, this matte Like this color. They really like this color. But I mean, it's already tricked out. I don't need to do it myself. And I don't think I will, other than maybe... you know, honestly, I like the way it is. I'm going to leave the colors and everything. We're just going to list it for sale the way it is. That's fine with me. It's already perfect with parts, right? So it just needs photographed. It's photographed, and then we can go get another one. But we're just going to photograph it for now. There we go. We can go get another one. I mean, at this point, though, the only reason to go get another one is just, you know, to have another one that's customized, to have another one that's tuned. So you win the race, which gets you rep, and then you sell the tuned car, which I suppose would give me rep as well. All right, I would assume. Maybe that's something to try out. Like, would selling that car get me rep now? Whoa. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll just... Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, I'm gonna race for another one. We'll get one more tonight, because again, the road to 10 fame, right? We'll get another one, and this one looks like it's kind of interesting. That's an Ascend L, isn't it? Let me see really quick. Yeah, it's only worth 38K though. How about... Oh, there's another one here. That one's interesting because it looks like it's got off-road tires. But it's not worth as much as the Ascend L. I would rather win the Ascend L. So yeah, I'm going to race you for pinks. And there's the route. So we're going to go get that. All right, where is the starting line? I'm worried about running out of fuel for this race, but I think we're going to... It's a pretty wide race too. Like we're going to be going pretty big distances. So I might run out of fuel during this race. Now, I'm aware that there is an emergency refuel setup in the game. I'm aware of that. We can do that, but I was thinking about saving it before we start the race, but I'm just gonna wing it. I'm aware that exists, but that's one of the things where I look at it and just be like, you know, it's kind of cheating, just a little bit. You know, I like the risk of it. Like, hey, I'm making this decision to not do something that I... What? For real? I missed that? Wait, what? Missed checkpoint my ass. Okay, now I'm definitely going to run out of fuel. Because now I've got to... Yeah. So I like the risk element of it. I like the idea that, you know, if I make a decision and it costs me it, well, then it should cost me it, right? So this race here, if there's 2 laps, and there is... I'm probably running out of fuel in the middle of this race. So part of me is thinking maybe we get enough ahead of this guy because he's kind of a sloppy driver. If we get enough ahead of this guy, I might just stop at the gas station in the middle of the race. Which I think is what I'm going to do. I think we're going to stop at the gas station in the middle of the race and just get a quick refuel. Okay, did I miss that? Because I don't think I missed that. That said, if I drive casually... Like, so you're only really using fuel when you're holding W pretty much. So if I just take my time and go slower right now and not hold W, I think, I don't think I'll run out of fuel. I might be all right. I just have to conserve like my acceleration and stuff. I just have to go a little more casually with it, but I'm way ahead of him right now. So I don't need to go fast. I can take my time with this. Like right now, I'm just cruising. I'm not holding W at all right now. And I think that will help me save fuel. I thought I missed that again. It's just like, what do you mean I missed it? I went right through it. Yeah, I'm just going to take my... Oh, shit. Well, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Just barely clipped that guy's bumper. But, you know, barely counts. It's still a hit. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I just have to, you know, manage my fuel just a little bit and, you know, turn in a controlled manner. But I'm going to get to the red for sure. Just, I don't think I'll run out. But yeah, it's part of the risks, you know. If I start something and it messes up, then that's what happened, you know. Whatever. I'm not trying to be like hardcore on my car dealer sim, you know. If you want to If you want to do emergency refuel for yourself, then do it, you know? Like, you play your way, but yeah. I'm mostly just coming up with something to talk about right now, and because I have nothing else to talk about while I'm racing this. So this was just the hill I chose to die on while I was winning this race by not a mile. I don't know exactly how far ahead I am, but pretty far ahead is my answer for that, is pretty far ahead. And then we'll just take this back to the dealership, and since that car is mine, it can be something that I send the employee to go get. I just feel like it's probably in the middle of the road. It actually looks like it's right up ahead of me here. Looks like this is where the guy was at the end of the race. He is clipped into the building. I think that car needs to be reset. What do you think, guys? I think I need to reset that one. That's a nice thumbnail. You know, I think I'm going to do this as my thumbnail, and people will be like, what's going on? I don't know. Probably not. But like, what's going on with that one? It's a good question. It's definitely getting reset. Because I really don't feel like trying to get into that car and seeing what happens when I get in the car. Oh, screw it. I got to see what happens, right? Let's see what happens if I get into that car. The answer is you can't get into the car. There's actually no way to get close enough to the door to get in there. What I can do, though, is replace the plates. It'll let me do that, but I do need to reset this vehicle. So let's go to vehicles. It is mine, so I should be able to find it in this list. It says I only have one, and I can't reset it. I think it might be this one. The color was graphite. It is. It's this one, and it won't let me reset it. So that's very strange. Now I gotta wonder what happens if I just reload the game. All right, so the answer is nothing happens. I still can't get in it. So we're gonna try the tow truck, see if I can pull it out of that window. Excuse me, coming through. And it is highlighting it green, so that's an encouraging sign. Just have to get this guy out of my way. All right, so let's extend the ramps. Get out of my way. I can hook that up, so I just need to... Guys, you really need to just cool it, all right? Just calm down. Ooh. No, I can't pull it. Pulling in and out does not work for this vehicle. Well, hang on. So it's not allowing me to... I just need the cars to get out of the way. Just go. Get out of my way. Come on. I don't care anymore. I'm not waiting. Okay, now the ramp is down. That was weird. It is hooked up. The ramp is down. And? Well, I got her out of there. We got her. Oh, boy. And this dude here. Thank you for your help, sir. I know you got out. You were pushing, weren't you? I appreciate your help. Wow. Well, we got her out of there. There we go. That solved the problem. Came up with a solution. Okay, so let's bring this car. I probably don't need to tow it at this point because presumably it can drive itself. It did just race me. Not well, but it raced me. But let's go ahead and confirm this car order so this thing can stop yelling at me here. So it is... I like how it's not showing me which one to do here. View my order. Okay. So confirming the order. Is it here? No. It's still highlighting this. Hang on. I know this is probably obvious. A modest car request. So there is an email. I just didn't see that. Dear Sir or Madam, I trust this message finds you well. I was recently informed of your dealings in automobiles and thought I might inquire about your services. Okay. I am presently looking for a red Apex Motors Striker. Should you happen upon one, I'd be much obliged if you... Who is this guy? This is like a proper Englishman, isn't it? Like, I trust this message finds you well. I was recently informed of your dealings in automobiles and thought I might inquire about your services. Something like that. I don't know, my accent's terrible, but whatever. Something like that. He wants a red Apex Motor Striker. Warm regards. Yes. Technical condition 60, perfect visual condition. I mean, yeah, I guess red Apex Motor Striker. I can just probably easily find one of those cars, you know, out here. Apex. Just do that. Look, lots of strikers out here. We could just get one. Is it drivable? No. How about the other one? This one is. We'll get this one. Sure. I could just get that. And it is it's this close. I didn't bother to look at the time, but it is this close. The dude is just, this is what he wants. I mean, we're just gonna buy it anyway, but yeah, it's worth $4,000. This one, wait, this one is not drivable. Well, I guess this is still drivable. This side's fine. 41 is what it's worth, and I'll just give you the 35. I don't care. Like I'm not gonna negotiate to save like $300 right now. Okay, I paid more than that for the bumper on that green car, so it's like whatever. I don't care. So we'll just get this into mechanical, and we'll just have them put in, you know, enough parts to make it 60%, and we'll get it cleaned up for him, and that'll be that. I don't know. That's probably. It's just like dealership things, you know? Like, I don't need the money, but this is a dealership thing in the game, and I just want more dealership things, not street racing. So that's probably not going to street race much anymore, but I want to see if we can get, like, how long does it take? I guess is one thing I'm curious about, is how long will it take to get our reputation to 10 by selling these cars with parts in it compared to racing, right? Because I get 100 points for winning the race for pinks. So how much money or how much fame do I get when I sell the cars that I win for pinks? Also, this is interesting. I'm noticing that this car has pulsating lights. And I don't remember that being an option. But that is kind of neat. I mean, it was doing that before. And I guess I just noticed it. It was in the building. So I just kind of went, oh, look, its emergency flashers are on. That's not how that worked, actually. I think that's where my brain went at the time. I was like, yeah, well, its E-flashers are on because it's stuck in a building. That's not exactly how that works in this game, is it? So this has got an upgrade that I don't have access to put in myself. And so that's interesting. You know, maybe that's a reason to race for pinks. But we'll take a picture of it. And we'll get them all listed for sale today. So I want to sell some of these cars today. I want to see how much fame I get for selling a car that has, you know, all these tuning. It has purple NOS, huh? Okay, that's a decision. There we go. About like that. And then this car is going to need, well, fuel. But also I was going to say it's going to need more parts. It's going to need to get a refresh on that too. It's fine. We'll just park that there. And the parts machines should be done completely now, right? So if I... Oh, now that's interesting. Huh. Why do I have all these things in there? In my inventory? Am I buying... I think I'm actually buying those parts. So it's not that I'm unlocking them. I'm actually buying them. And then, like, is there individual parts that I'm hitting buy on? And then, so I can install it for free if I happen to have one in stock. Okay. I mean, that does make more sense, in a way. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense, because I'm not really... I guess my brain was saying... I was going on the assumption, anyway, that... when I was unlocking parts for different cars, it was just unlocking them as being available now, and that it doesn't actually cost me anything to do it. But of course it does. I have to, if I bought yellow seats for one car, I need to buy yellow seats for another car, right? I guess because I wasn't doing the same vehicle over and over again, I was doing different models. I thought in my head, I was thinking that I was unlocking that part for that model, and I just needed to buy it for each model. But it definitely makes sense that you would be able... or that you would have to unlock it for each individual car. Okay. So anyway, this is a very expensive vehicle. Most expensive vehicle on our entire lot. And I think because it's the most expensive vehicle on our entire lot, it should be the color of money. Oh boy. Dark green. Not this Yeah, like a more classier green, all right? This is the kind of green that a wealthy person would like to buy. There we go. I like it. And then no decals, not on this beauty. No spoilers. Might take a look at bumper options. No. No. No, I'm not paying $350 for just that. No. Keep that alone. The hood. No need. Fine. I need to add something to the car, right? I need to tune it somehow. Wheels actually are pretty good the way they are, but in order to make them bigger, I need to change them. So we can try a different design. No. Ooh, actually, I want this one. Yeah. Yeah, this one. And then we just make the tires a little bit bigger too. I kind of wish I could make the wheels even bigger, but I guess we're just maxed out there. I don't need super thick tires, but I mean, it's a bigger car, so it should have big tires too, I guess. Not super low pro. It's about there. And then we'll offset just a little bit, bring them out there. Yeah, that's what I should have. And then rear bumper, we're not changing. Actually, you know, this is the color of the car. I like that. Actually, we could do that. Yeah, because the back one didn't have that before, so that's interesting that it wasn't unlocked. But I don't need this big thing on the front, so it's fine. Interior. Actually, I like it already. Black. Don't know about that. Green, I think, is too much green. That's too much green. We're not going to do red. We're not going to do blue. Anything like that. Yeah, I don't think so. So, but I'm okay with black. But the stock color is the better color already anyway. So we're just going to leave the stock color here. Everything else here, I think we just leave the same. Maybe we put a little Harry Potter thing on there because we can. Special upgrades. We could alter the lights. I do have the ability to do that. They look pretty interesting. I don't know why we'd want green headlights, but hey, you know, the blue is okay. I like that yellow though. Maybe we'll put the yellow headlights on there. For the windows, we have stock, which is kind of like our fishbowl thing. And then we have the darker tint, which actually kind of looks like the way it was. Right? Didn't it already look darker? I think it got lighter when I hit stock. Well, either way, we're going to do this one. And then horns. Give it a real big one. Yeah. Do we want neons on this? Yeah, I think not. I think we keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. We don't need that. All right. So we did a little bit of customization on this thing. It's got a nice dark, deeper green. Didn't change the interior colors. I liked it already, but I did modify the wheels for sure. The wheels are bigger. They still aren't the color I'd like. I honestly, for a vehicle like this, I'm looking for I want like, I don't know. Give me the 22-inch chromes, you know? That's what I'm thinking here. Give me the big ones. Maybe even 24s. Yeah. All right, let's put this over here. And we have this person who wants to sell me one of them silly things. No, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I need to have a spot available so that I can put this back in the showroom. I have no idea if it's going to be worth more than it was. I probably should have checked that, whether the market value goes up from doing that, but I don't think it does. Decline. Goodbye. I'm not bothering with your car at all. You are going to fix this thing. It doesn't need to have super good parts in it, to be honest. I just want to make sure you're not putting any, like, everything's 100% anyway, so I guess. I just don't want you to put the sport parts in there is the thing, you know? Like you're not choosing the right ones. I have it on default, so you should be doing default, not sports. I don't want you to give this vehicle sport parts. So let's customize this a little bit so I don't lose my sport parts. Yeah, there we go. And regular parts only, please. Fix the fuses. Yep. And that's it. Okay. Another unread email. and a customer waiting. Yes, buy some of these cars that are in here. This is this has customizations, right? So let's see how much we didn't do them, but somebody else did. So let's see if the fame goes up for this. So this is 2010 is what we have right now, and I didn't pay anything for it, so this is all pure profit. But I can try to get her up a little bit more. 48, and we're just gonna sell it for this. So I have 2010 fame at the moment. And now I have 2090. So selling this car that I got in a pink slip got me an extra 80 fame. So it's 180 fame total, essentially. All I have when I win a race and then sell the car I won in the race, basically that whole transaction is 180 fame. So I have to do that 4 more times to level up, and then I guess it's 3 more times to level up. Pretty much. It's 4 because I can't get partial on that, I guess. Like 3.5 more times. It doesn't matter. Either way, I need to do it a bit more times. And then selling all the cars I have on the lot is the next thing, right? So all of the cars on the lot are cars that I customized. We're going to put them in the showroom here in a second. This one here is not customized, but that's okay. So I'm just, again, I don't really care about the amount of money they give me. I'm just really kind of trying to get as much as I can anyway. So we'll just do that. And then let's list these cars for sale. Not all of them have photos yet, but we'll list the ones that do. So we're going to go like this. And you know what? I probably should let's just take photos of them. This is going to take too long, and I have to do the photos anyway. So why don't I just go through and take photos of everything that needs it. So we'll start with our comic book car here. Smash. Kaboom. Bam. Vroom. Put this right here. I like how the license plate is already kind of green. That's neat. It's a Michigan Water Wonderland plate. Hey, that is the Michigan plate. Huh. It's not. It's the... I could have chose that plate, but my car is blue. So it's like I didn't want a green plate. I actually have the white one with the Mackinac Bridge and the sunset is the one I have. And it works really well because the license plate frame that I have, not the license plate number, I'm not telling you that, but the license plate frame around it says powered by the sun, because my car is powered by solar. And so it was interesting because it kind of like there's a sunset there and it just fits, it just works. Okay, so that 700R is now photographed and it is all customized and stuff. And I can slam it here. Available for installments. If I do non-negotiable, it'll be... Wow, it'll be down here. So like 108,000. So we'll see. Can I get more than $108,000 for this car? Because this is the non-negotiable price that it will let me do. Yeah, so basically 109. Oh, okay, so it's a little less than 109. 108, 900. 800. I want to see the maximum it'll let me do it for. Okay, so $108,700 is the maximum I could have gotten it for. But if I go negotiable, this is already here. So like I can get a lot more than 108,000 out of that car. Not that I care about the money. But I mean, we put all this time into it. Now I have more time invested in customizing the car. So that makes it different. So we're going to take this and we're going to hit OK. That brings that car into here. And it also means that I can now move this one and do some customizations on that one now too. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my listings and get rid of that one. So now that car is the only car I have for sale in the whole lot. All these other ones need to be listed and photographed and all that stuff. So we can take this one back for some more tweaking. I like it. It's a good option. We're going to do that. Just send it all the way back here. We'll park it right here and I'll get to work on that one. Kind of could be the same one as, could be the same as the other, but I want to get the other cars listed, so I'm going to do that. Now, it also says deliver car to the following. That's the Apex Motor Striker. That's what that icon is, in case you're wondering what that is, or maybe you know what it is and you're thinking I'm just like neglecting it. I'm not. I know what it is. I just have an enormous amount of time to do it, so I'm not in a super big hurry. This has the body work done. Get this over here, like so. This has the washing done. So it's ready to go to the tuning shop now. Let's get you done. It's just going to be, you know, it needs to be perfect visual conditions. So we'll get that going. And then you're going to go back here. After I do a quick check on your tire pressure. Seems good. Yeah, I don't see any tires sinking into the concrete. So that's nice. So we'll put this right here. This will just be queued up for next. We still have some other ones over there that are next too. But I'm just going to queue that up. And this is already done with body work. It didn't need much. Now it's going to get washed, and then we just deliver it to the client. Easy peasy. I'm not going to bother with it after that. Okay, get fame 10 is the objective, and nobody else wants to sell me a car at the moment, so we're going to go in. This one doesn't have photographs yet, so let's get this one. This is nice. Look at this thing. It was fun messing with the decals. It took a lot of time, though. Like the decal work, I feel like they really should improve that experience. How they could improve it, for me, is make the camera controls separate from the decal alignment controls. Because right now you have some sliders on how to rotate and scale, but exact positioning, you still have to reposition your camera to do that. And that's pretty limiting. Because the camera controls are very limiting. You're basically centered over a fixed point on the car. And so if I want the decal to be positioned off of that fixed axis, I can't do it. There's no way to, you know, offset it. So give me, if not, you know, tying it to, if getting it to where it's, how do I word this? If making it to where it's not pinned to the camera is too complicated and you want to just do sliders because you already have that implemented into the game, X, Y sliders, right? That would take care of it. Okay, so there's that. And let's go like this. Nope. I want to go like this. So you're photographed already. So are you. So are you. So are you. So are you. So you are not. So let's get that done. So I did manage to get that stripe all the way down the center, right? We talked about that before. Did manage to get that all the way down exactly aligned. It was a little bit of work, but I did manage to get that done. And so now we've got the car right like that. It could have been my sleeper, honestly. This one could have been. I don't have one. Maybe I make an Apex Striker. Maybe that $3,000 car, we put a whole bunch of racing parts in it, and that can be like, nobody would expect the Striker to win the race, you know. And for anyone who's like, I don't care if this car sells, by the way. I'm mostly staging it just for my own amusement. Like I want it to be there because it looks cool. So I'm going to make it the highest possible price because I could not care less whether I sell it super fast or not. All right, so let's get this sold. And yeah, max out. We'll go installments just for the achievement sake of it. And we'll just 200% markup. Still red. Everybody loves it. Do I have...
No way.
Yeah, so this car has photos. There it is. And then same thing. Slam it to 200%. Hit it in for installments. Good, good, good. Let's put that car in here. Nice. Good. And then I don't think that black one is going to come in the showroom. I actually want the Red Thunder in there. In the showroom, maybe. The Japanese van thing too. Can I get that in the showroom? Did I take pictures of you already? No. Let's do that. I want this in the showroom too. Yeah, and anything I won from a race is gonna just stay outside. I don't, you know, I'm like putting things in the showroom that I'm particularly happy with. You know, like really happy with how it turned out for one reason or another. So like the cars that I've done myself, I guess, are going to be way more likely to end up in the showroom than something that's I won in a race that I didn't really make any modifications to. I guess if I make more modifications, then fine, but like why? Why would I do that? I guess is the question, because it's already done and I pay extra for it. I'm not going to get a whole lot of benefit if I'm, you know, changing the spoiler from what it already is. There's already a spoiler on it. Are you really gonna, if you pay me the price I asked, then yes, but otherwise, no. I can actually leave this now. That's nice. I don't remember that button being a thing. I think that's probably been there since I started this series and I just forgot or didn't notice, but cargo-wise custom. There it is. 200%. Installments enabled. Go. And then we'll get that in the showroom right here. Boom. Love it. Super cool. And now we can see it in proper lighting. Kind of a little bit regret not having anything on the hood, but I mean, it's fine. I think this is our first foray into decals too. It was first one I used decals on. Still have no idea what that says. If it has any, it probably doesn't make sense. I'm almost certain it doesn't make sense. The chances that makes sense are pretty low. Okay, did I get the bond car yet? I did not. Let's do that. It's still gonna be, this one's gonna be outside, but I still need pictures of it. So let me get the rest of them photographed and we'll stage everything up the way I want. And we'll be right back with the exception of the email. Let's see really quick. Just an off-road race. Okay. I kind of wish I could shut those off. The emails for off-road races, because I don't care. But it's always going to be something that I can't disable them. So I want to unsubscribe. Just send them an email, say unsubscribe. And before I could even get any other car, this guy wants my Japanese van. And he's paying me basically the $80K I asked for it. He's just going to flat out give it to me already. So that's 200% markup. He's just going to pay it. And unfortunately, it's not going to stay in the showroom for long because it's so good. All right. It's so good. It sold so fast.
All right.
Ooh,
let's do this.
That's a good one. It looks kind of nasty. I could probably add some value to that. Right? Not the photos, the scanner. What is this? Well, this is the same car as the Bond car, isn't it? Yeah, the Rapid. 79,800. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can add value to that, for sure. Let's just get this in the mechanical, and we'll get started on it, you know? Yeah. Get started working on that one, please. Replace all. You can put sport parts in there, too. That's fine. All right, Apex. Time to deliver you to the client. Just double-checking, making sure that everything is in perfect visual condition. Everything is perfect. So the client gets the Apex Motors Striker. The proper gentleman is going to get this car delivered to him without me crashing it into anything. I considered stopping at the stop sign. It was a very short consideration, but I just want you to know that they say that it's the thought that counts. So I thought about it. Here you are, sir. I forgot what color you wanted it. That is a good point. I did not read the email. I will go back and I will get it to be the proper color. It's red, right? It's supposed to be red. I think I'm remembering the email now. I believe I remember you wanting it to be red. I will read the email before I hit the button, but I think it was supposed to be red. Okay. There it is. All right. Let's read that email one more time. Modest car request. Red Apex Motor Striker. Yes. Okay. Let's read it right there. Read it? Red is now a verb as well. Which it is a verb, but like the color red is not a verb, but like to read and you read. Yeah, I get it. This is done. So instead of going to the lot immediately, it goes back here before even getting photos. And so now that that's a thing, kind of wish the photo booth and this were the same. As a benefit for taking the time to do this tuning, I wish that the photos ka-ching, 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 could happen as it leaves the bay. So I wouldn't have to bring it over there again. I know. I have unreasonable requests. I know. I know. That's who I am. I've been here for, what, almost 10 years now? Yeah. It's there. We have another car that somebody wants us to maybe tune. This could be a tuning request. Just looking at the car. It's also kind of dirty, so maybe it isn't. 6810. And they want to sell it. It's not that much of a deal, so I'm not going to bother with it. You dick. Hit my expensive car. Did it take damage? It doesn't take damage on my lot, right? Is what they said? Yeah. It's fine. And the reason why it moved is because it's not listed for sale. It's listed on that spot. Or it's sitting on that spot, but it's not listed for sale. Right? So that's not, again, that's not how the cars got moved around before. Now, this is already photographed. But I don't remember if it's got the right photographs, right? Because I stopped this from being in the showroom. I brought it out of the showroom after it was already photographed, and then I redid it, and I don't remember if I photographed. I'm going to take it again. It's fine. And just bloat that save even more, right? All right, Apex Motors red. Let's send this now to the client. The proper gentleman wanted a proper gentleman's red Apex motor. So I don't remember what it's worth. Well, I guess we'll scan it. I probably could replace the plate before I do that. Do I have to be on my lot to do that? No. Okay. Okay, so the car is worth $96.50, and he's gonna give me $19,000. So he's giving me 200% markup, basically. Wonderful. Hey, that's neat. Look at that. That's how you do decals right there. That's how you do decals on a van. So somebody asked me to, a couple of times have mentioned a comment of like putting my own logo on the side of a van and stuff. I don't know how to do that. And what I mean by that is I know how to do the decals. We've seen that. I don't know how to put my own logo in the game. I haven't researched that. Maybe it's easy. It's as simply as like putting a JPEG file in a certain directory. That could be a thing. So I'll investigate that, and we'll see if I can't make that happen for you, okay? Now that we're kind of getting into the decals, that does make sense. This is not 100% parts, but I kind of don't care. Yeah, I don't care. We're going to sell it anyway, just the way it is. So we got the proper photos of the big one, the really expensive one that has to go in the showroom. So put this one in here because this one's worth, like, market value is over $250,000, and I can get probably close to $500,000 for this car. If I really am patient, I can get pretty close to $500,000 for this, which is nuts, completely insane to pay that much for this car, but I think it's possible. Let's get this into body shop before it's before the employees go home, and then really quick we'll go in and list that for sale. So we want to list the Highland. It says custom. Nope, these are not the photos. So I already had photos of the car. So let's choose the ones that I like the most. Of all of these. Okay. Well, we can start with, normally you want the car facing you to start. So this is the only one that does kind of. You wouldn't want this view as your front photo. So I'm going to use this one. I don't like it, but I'm going to use this one. And then here, 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 here. I guess that one. Yeah, I guess that one. So if I'm patient, I can get, you know, much higher, like very high price. If it maybe even 480,000, which is more than a 200% markup. Can I get $500,000? No. Okay, we'll go 482 on this because it's still a sliver of red. We're going to be incredibly greedy with that.